Tonight on Wook Plus Live, me and Wook talk about some shit.
Wook Plus Live.
Welcome back to Wook Plus. I am Weekend Wook, joined by T and Just T. I don't know where Kev is, although I have a theory. We were in the other room because this one was mislabeled. I think he showed up, didn't see us, and was like, fuck those guys. I'm out of here. And then we were like, how do we go live? Oh, we're in the wrong studio.
We were like, how come there's nobody in the chat yet? How come I don't see anything? We were like, are we in the wrong room? But it was mislabeled. There's two.
Where was Mr. Groovin? Where was Chad? We knew they were there. This is a little inside behind the scenes shit. Like, I don't know if people know how this works, but that's all right.
That's what happens when we don't have a producer. See, no llama, no idea what's going on. Like,
it's like, in like the rom-coms and shit, or like in like the soap operas, they do something all dramatic to like prove their worth, and then you're like, oh, see, you're not, but like Kev's doing that, but the fucked up part is it's kind of working because we're like, what's going on? You backed out, and you and I are just like, I don't know what we're doing.
I don't know what's going on. Like,
we're not breaking up with Kev, by the way. He's fine. He's probably taking a nap. He'll probably be here shortly, I imagine.
Yeah, if he's watching. If you're watching, Kev, come join us.
Oh my god. So I don't know what's been going on in the news lately with the scene and everything. This is kind of like the calm before the storm every year, right? Yep. We have all the big New Year shows coming up, then the winter and spring tours. Rumors start going crazy. I'm really excited for next year, but right now it's a little bit slow. I had this thought, this segment. It's going to be an interactive segment. I want to have the chat in on this, and it's called Phish Bait. And basically, I want to come up with headlines and thumbnails that trick people into clicking on the YouTube videos. Like, what would be a good one? Like, what is your like the bait ones, right? It's like, you'll never believe what Trey said.
Right.
Something along those lines.
Can you believe Phish did this, or Phish said this, or
no? It has to be Mike. I think if it's going to be believable and like intrigued, because if you say like, you'll never believe what Trey said, it'd be like, that's fucking Phish bait, right? But like, if you're like, hear what Mike did, people are like, oh no, I thought we were past that point. Fucking Mike. Yeah, I'm so excited for MSG, Jason. I'm not going, I don't think, but yeah. I'm very excited to get live music back. It's weird. Like, when was the last time they played Dick's?
Yeah.
It's been this is definitely like the hardest in this world, the hardest like time of year, because the summer tour was great, and like and Magnaball, not Magnaball, what was it? Mondegreen and all this shit. We were having such a great time, and then it's just kind of like, and then the fall was, well, not spectacular.
Well, yeah, it always happens that way, because coming out of New Year's,
it's Albany, like, fuck, they're totally right.
Oh yeah, Albany. Duh. That's how asleep at the wheel we are. But see, that's the thing though. Coming out of New Year's, it's like you have Mexico right on the heels of it, and this year it was like Mexico, Sphere, Summer, and like, so it was kind of all lined up and laid out. This kind of, without the fall tour and just like the 3 Albany shows, it wasn't even a tour, right? It was just like a weekend run. There hasn't been a whole lot since September, 3 shows. So it's like a very dead time for what, 3 months, 4 months. It's tough.
Yeah, and it kind of makes me feel like Albany maybe was a little underwhelming, right?
Yeah. Well, when we did the after shows, it was like the first night we talked about was so good, and then the second night was up there with it. But then we kind of thought, I don't know, the third night was a little bit of a letdown, so to speak, so to
Yeah, I
say.
don't remember it being bad, but it's not that same that same jolt of energy you get from like a Vegas Halloween run or
Well,
right,
obviously, or like New Year's or something. Yeah.
right. Like we've had some really great Halloweens that have helped this period
Yeah.
go through, you know.
Yeah.
But I guess one thing we can do is kind of speculate with the help of chat. And by the way, I'm not backing off of this fish bait idea. I really do want to bait people for clicks. So if you have any ideas, throw it in the chat or in the comments later.
Bait. Bait.
And I think that's a funny title, but um
I
all
knew
right.
you were gonna be proud of yourself for that one.
Yeah, it's like the next iteration of Fish Tales. But we got Gamehenge last year, arguably the best New Year's of the modern era, right? 3/4.0. Very fan servicey, very on the nose. Do they stay away from classic Fish altogether and go like super new, like a Pillow Jets or something? Do
Mm-hmm.
they double down and do like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
something else that's like Gamehenge adjacent or like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because that seems to be the two buckets, right? They have like the fucking, you know, petrichor kind of new age Mercury bullshit, or they have like the traditional, like the gem truck and the, you know,
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
Kung set and everything. And so I'm assuming that they're gonna go straight new age, right? Like modern Fish and have zero throwbacks, but then that almost feels too predictable. See, it's now you get meta and a little bit like circular motion there. What do you think they're gonna do?
It's funny because you always think, just like at Mondegreen with the secret set, like that thing was so incredible with what they did with the visuals for it and stuff that you always are thinking, how will they always come up with something that is so unique and so what you're not expecting. So I was thinking about that the other day, actually. Like, what will this New Year's entail? Because to your point, like last year, like I'm not going this year. Like I don't want to go this year. I was like, I kind of peaked last year with what I went, with what I saw. But then you're also like, well, yeah, that just means this year they're going to do something super cool too. And I don't know. To me, I feel like I'm sure it'll be something spectacular and something fun and something different. But they're always changing up something to like surprise you with it. So I don't know. I could see them doing something with one of those modern take songs and doing something cool with that in that set or what I could see the Pillow Jets idea. I could see, I don't know. It's that's what's always so fun about it is not really knowing and kind of being surprised by what the theme is or what the song that they're kind of theming it around is.
There's sometimes it's not even around a song, right? Like it's just a medley of songs with a whole other theme to it. You
Well,
know,
like the Time Machine one was so fun because it was a medley of
that was and
old
see that was
songs.
two in a row, exactly that were like really honed into the past. So I feel like they have to do something either brand new or like
Right.
never be heard or like the Mercury Petrichor kind of thing where it's
Right.
off of something
Where it's
new.
off of a song or something, and that's kinda how I feel. I mean, or maybe they've moved past that and they did the song ideas, and then they did the 2 years of, like, throwback things, and now this year it's something going into the future or so, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, and it's funny too because last year we had the rumors, right? Like, we had rumors of, "Don't miss this year's New Year's. If you're a real fish fan, like, this is the year to
Right,
be
by this
there."
point, it was, like, pretty much spelled out.
Right, and
In
we kind of
hindsight, right?
Right, but we had the rumors of like, I think it's gonna be Gamehenge. Oh, there's talk about Gamehenge. Can you imagine them actually doing Gamehenge? No, I can't. Yes, I can. This year, we're kind of in the dark, and I haven't heard anything. Like, there hasn't been any real speculation about anything, right? So it's kind of
Yeah. The normal channels are kind of down a little bit too, right? We were talking about that with the rumors. The
mhm.
one thing that when everybody's asking about Kev, I don't know where Kev is. He's probably taking a nap. I'm sorry, guys. You I mean, sorry, it's you get T and I.
Yeah, the
Wh
llama lingering now. I see a llama in the back.
Llama, you wanna come in or you just hanging out? You probably heard your comment about having a producer. Oh, you gotta come there. Now you can talk with that being seen if you want.
Oh yeah, I mean, I guess I can come in. I don't care.
All right. You want to come on camera?
Sure.
All right.
Just till Kev gets here, until he wakes up, right?
Is that the running bet, or the money is on him being on a nap, taking a nap?
No, I think the running my money is on. He waited for us in the room that we were supposed to be in and left, but when we didn't show up, I'm surprised he didn't just go on by himself because that would have been more of what I would have expected him to do. But I think he's just like probably like, oh, and then who knows?
So hold on,
out.
I'm gonna. Yes, I agree 100%. But you made me think of something which is not wholly original, but I think is a good bet. Is the secret set and the sphere? I can definitely see a videography, like video based as part of the gag, since they have all these connections now with the animation and
Mhm.
doing these things and
Mhm.
tying that in,
Mhm.
right? Because like a different iteration, obviously, but very similar from Sphere to Secret Set. There were like a through line,
Yeah.
and I don't know what that looks like in MSG, like in the arena, but I could definitely see that thread continuing into MSG.
And I mean, look at what they did too in those April shows when it was the makeup shows and they had the dolphins and the bubbles and the whole thing. I mean, that was pretty spectacular. So there's always like something that they do that wows you anyway. So I could see
You should
something
go.
something integrated with those videos as well. You know, Tim, like something else, something that kind of is the videos, but also brings it to life in the arena as well. You know, kind of a combination of shit.
Oh, I just had an idea.
Oh boy.
So have you ever seen the YouTube videos where they do like the TV magic and they make shit like come out of the screen? I think there's one with like a professor where he's like doing a presentation and he like reaches into the presentation, like pulls something out.
Mhm.
Right. And like you can like integrate it. So like you could literally have like some sort of effect. I'm gonna use the whale as an example, but obviously they're not gonna repeat that. But like you have like the screen or the projected thing where it's just like all this sea shit or like the wood shit, but then like
Mhm.
a giant owl, that's a weird word, but or something that's in the
Mhm.
video then comes out
Right.
into the arena. So it starts off, the first half of it is very two-dimensional, like on the screen, and then it opens up and like releases into the
Into
arena.
that, yeah, into the 3D or 4D or whatever you want to call it, like type thing. I totally agree. Yeah, something
I
like
get
that.
so I sorry, I'm all over the place. Without Kev, I'm really fucking ADD. But people are like, "Oh, how long are they going to keep this up?" And like, I can see that the process of just thinking about like what we're doing now, right? Coming up with ideas and shit has to be insanely fun and like creatively fulfilling. So I don't know. I feel like that's the last thing that's gonna go. Like I can't imagine those guys like not living for this and always wanting to come up with some idea. I could see them getting bored of doing just a 20 show tour and just doing city after city, right? But
Or
like
like we saw like Halloween, you know, sort of thing, like having to do that or like come up with something for that too. Like I think taking years off spurs the creativity for other years for Halloween,
thanks,
but
Jason.
I feel like New Year's again, like Trey lives next door to MSG, like it's so easy. Like I feel like that's just like their
It's his
thing.
Broadway calling. It's his
Right. It's just their
heritage.
thing. It's like, yeah, New Year's Eve. Of course we're gonna play New Year's Eve. That's just
That's the
what we do.
thing you do where you're like, Mom, are you proud of me? Because like he always talks about like his mom would bring him to all the musicals and shit. And like, I don't want to be all Freudian and shit, but like, it definitely feels that like mommy son connection thing and like doing the thing on, on
Right.
32nd Street and like the whole like, I made it. I'm here in New York doing it with all the Broadway dancers and shit.
Yep. Totally. Yeah, totally. And Jason, I'm not going this year. One year we will meet in section 119, but this year I'm actually skipping New Year's because I'm trying to get back there for the Taper's Choice run, and that's more important to me
I
than
got to
Fish
open
this
up the
year.
Discord to help me with my
So
Neil Young minute later.
yeah,
I'll
totally. By the
be
way, nice job, Llama. See, we're representing tonight.
nice. Yes. I'll be at New Year's though.
That's right.
Oh,
Llama
yeah.
will be there.
Is that your first MSG?
I saw Vampire Weekend there back in October.
Right, but I meant
it'll
Phish
be my
YEMSG, but that's
first Phish.
cool.
Yeah.
Fuck
It'll be
yeah,
fun.
man.
You'll love it. There's nothing better. Honestly, there is no better Phish, in my opinion, than New Year's Eve because that is like them at their finest on their home court dominating. So you will have a blast, dude. You will, regardless of what they do for it, it's the funnest way to spend New Year's. Like
You gotta listen to recordings of me talking about it 5 years ago, and not the jaded, defeated bullshit person I've become. Because for years and years and years, I swore that it was the best place to see Phish. And once you get comfortable there, it's fucking phenomenal. But then it's kind of like I went over the hump, and now it's like that last. What was that? No, this past New Year's was phenomenal too. But the one before that,
this past one we did good, but it was too much COVID, too much mushrooms, and too much other shit that like really
that
soured
April
you on
run just fucked
MSG.
us up. We had the dirty hotel with all the it was garbage. It felt like it was garbage day
everywhere.
Every fucking day we were there.
Yeah,
so
walking back to the hotel and there's like a lady just pissing herself outside of a bodega, and I was like, "This is just like what is happening here?"
Seeing a homeless lady piss next to a garbage stack while tripping will fuck up.
It's so crazy
experience.
But it is, Llama, like not to deter you by any means. Like it's when you don't go for New Year's and you're like doing other things. You're like, man, I miss being at Phish New Year's. It's just the best way to spend New Year's. It's such a great thing to do. It's so perfect. So
where are you sitting, Llama? Do you got your tickets?
Yeah, I'm sitting in the 200s.
Are you under 13?
Oh, I just switched it and he got up.
No, don't switch it. Wait until he's there.
Well, he can't add himself, remember?
Why?
I don't know.
Because he's Kev.
Yeah, remember he told us that last time. He can't add himself, so we have to add him.
Mean? Why? How can he not log into the Blue Sky and not? We've been doing this for 5 years. How the fuck does he not? All right. So are you under?
Right, now I'm switching it to the 4 spot. You have to take the thing away.
Kev, give us a thumbs up if you're ready. We didn't want to put you in when you walked away. Okay.
He's ready. See, I told you he can't bring himself in
yet, though, because I want to make the 4 spot.
I know.
Get rid of the frames. Boom.
Boom.
Right. Boom. There we go. No.
There he is.
All right. What happened?
The internet was out. I don't know.
Okay.
It wasn't us.
That was the third option. We had 3 going on.
We totally forgot about the internet.
We thought you either were taking a nap. Yeah. Also, I don't know if you realized, but this was the Wook Club studio. So T and I were hanging out in the other studio.
The one that says live.
Yeah, until 9 o'clock. And then I went to go live and there was no go live button. I was like, oh no, what the fuck? And we thought maybe you were in the original studio and got pissed at us. And
No. My phone's turned off. So I had no way to. I don't have like.
Why is your phone turned off?
He was definitely taking a nap. That's how I'm interpreting this.
Why is my phone turned off? Because I get like 90 calls a day.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe you were going to say you didn't pay your bill or something, but you
no, I didn't pay. I didn't pay the bill and let him just go because I was getting like 90 calls a day that were spam, and I was like,
okay, so it is from that. Okay, so
I owe them $25. I do, and I have not paid them their $25.
All right, Llama.
211 is the section that I'm in, which is not a bad section.
That's a decent section. And are you under 13?
Yeah, row 4.
Fucking awesome. You're gonna have a splendid time. Those are fantastic seats.
Money.
And once you get over 13, you got the city bridge cut off. You can still see fine, and it doesn't feel that high, but the acoustics are so fucked. And we were doing during the Bakers, we were doing experiments where we would like go at a normal full height, sound like shit. Take a little bit of a knee, sound like shit. Sit down if nobody was in front of you, awesome. But then once like there are people all in front of you, then it sounds like shit. It's if you got tickets to MSG and you've never been there. I mean, if you've been there and you know and you don't give a fuck, fine, whatever. But if you're above 13 and 200, try to trade that shit. You don't need to get into the 100s. You don't need to be all bougie and shit, but get under 13, depending on how tall you are, maybe 12, maybe 14. For my height, I'm 6 foot even.
Why don't we say 10 to be safe?
Well, because for all the like tall fuckers out there, oh no, yeah, you're right. For the shorties, it would be 13 or 14 or 15. Yeah, all right. You want to be in the bottom 10.
Yes, tell me about all the shorties out there.
Yeah. All right. What else? What else is going on? Oh, I was gonna do the Neil Young minute, Kev, but I guess since you're here, you saved that for the end.
Oh, Jason, I'm doing the whole run.
Oh, like a badass. I'm really kind of.
Do you have a Neil Young minute?
Yeah. Somebody had Jason or who had me? Someone had me. Chad, maybe. Somebody was gonna send me some shit. I don't remember.
Send him the shit.
So you don't have anything because
Oh, not yet. But I have like a whole show, dude. We're only 20 minutes in. I have 40 minutes to figure out a minute of content. I'll be all right. Oh, the neon. Yeah, I got something. I got something. Yeah.
got it,
Dave.
got it.
Yes, Dave. Thank you. It was Dave.
Yeah.
I got the suggestions box. I got the Neil.
There we
Young
go. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. All right. So what else? What's new with you? What's been
new
going
with
on in
me?
this scene? You got to carry some weight now. We've been vamping without you for 20
We've been
minutes.
vamping for 20 minutes. I need a
Dude, it was
drink.
so bad I had to come on camera.
It was not bad. I got at least 2 compliments.
I mean, it's a good thing you showed up because Llama and I were about to start talking Taper's Choice rumors and who the guests were going to be at their show and stuff, and that would have bored Tim. So
I'm almost zonked out just explaining what you were going to do.
Did we mention the Kennedy Center at all?
no, we haven't gotten
No.
into anything.
We're waiting for the
really-
deadhead to wake up.
Well, that
talked
was
about nothing.
I think the was interesting. The Kennedy
Let me ask
Center
you a
thing was
question, Kev.
interesting.
Can I ask you a question about that?
Yeah.
Do you think Bill was fucked up, or does he just take pictures like that? Because I saw the shots of him, like the professional, like, hey, this is the honor shot, and he looked spun, like he looked like a fucking second Phish show.
My theory to
Took a
that,
little too much.
my theory is
macrodose.
Benji gave him a little too much acid,
Yeah.
and that because I think yes, that's what I would say.
Did you know what I'm talking about? Did you see the pictures where his like eyes were all saucers and he was kind of just like smiling, but not like a happy, proud smile? It was like
Maybe he was psychedelic.
I mean, I'm sure. I mean, it's fucking Bill Kreuzman. It's not that far, but it's still even for him. It feels like Kennedy Center might be like, maybe he would.
I
Think
went
twice
to
about
the
that.
Kennedy Center one time and I
Yeah.
saw Los Hombres Calientes. And they didn't play in the big room. They played in one of the smaller theaters that held like maybe 200, 300 people. And afterwards,
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
we went to the Watergate Hotel because the Watergate Hotel is near the Kennedy Center, right? And we went in to have a drink at the bar in the Watergate Hotel to have a nightcap.
There you
And there were
go.
politicians hanging out and all. We get a port. We order port, and it's like $40 a glass. And this is back in the 90s. So this was long ago. $40 a glass for this port. So we drink the port and decide to take the bottle. So I steal the bottle of port from the Watergate Hotel, and we just walk out with me holding the bottle because the guy put like the bottle right in front of us after he poured it like an idiot. So I just reached out and grabbed it and walk out, and then we chugged it driving home. This $300 bottle of port or whatever.
Ports are good.
Nothing to do with the Kennedy Center at all.
This is the pic. You see this shit?
Wait, look
I
at
mean,
this
look
teeth,
look-
man. He's got some whitener and shit working.
Look at those 3 guys.
Like
Where the fuck was Donna?
No, but like Mickey and Bobby are like, they're like older, maybe not paying attention. But Kreutzmann's like, look at that. It's like saucers.
Bill's got some nice teeth though. Look how shiny those teeth
It
are.
does, man. They're implants. Gotta be.
They gotta
Oh,
be
yeah.
for sure.
Gotta be.
That's just a funny.
Bobby's got his bolo tie,
When you got Dead and Company money, you got teeth like that.
right? And his last venture, the whatever he held at his home.
Did we hear it? The Dead and Company at the Sphere is going to be Jay, right? Not Kreutzmann, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, we figured that, right? Did you
Yeah.
not think that's what it was going to be? That's what I figured.
Well,
it was
I'm
gonna
thinking
be.
because it was the 60th in the Kennedy Center that maybe since
No.
it wasn't a tour,
They're
'cause
bringing him
Billy didn't
back.
want a tour was the whole thing.
Right.
Did you see
right.
the CBS morning interview when they were talking about Phil Lesh?
No, when was that?
It was a couple weeks ago, but like Bobby would start something and then Bill would talk over him. In Bobby's face, like it looked like there was still tension there.
Oh,
In
like
the
when Kev
interview.
interrupts me and I'm just like,
Yeah,
and he's like, yeah, it's fine. And I'm like,
yeah,
yeah, exactly.
a
Like
lot
that.
of that. Yeah,
Yeah, I can. I mean, I can see them doing shit professionally, like limited events, but like doing runs where they got to like fucking interact for a
Right.
month or 2 months or 3 months. Listen. I can't say for sure, but the people that I talked to about the situation definitely made it sound like fuck that shit. They ain't going back. It's done and moving on. So
Right. But so the performance
maybe that's why he
itself-
was so fucked up at the Kennedy Center. He was like stressing out about it. He's like, all right, you gotta go
No,
on.
that or he was just like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care about these guys
All right,
anymore. I
well,
don't need to
the
be
performance
decent.
what we got for a performance from it was Maggie Rogers, Leon Bridges doing vocals, and then Sturgill and Graham Lesh on guitars, Don Was, who is Bobby's guy, on bass, Kendrick Scott on drums, Terrence Higgins on drums, which is I found really interesting.
Mhm.
Our boy Clemente on the piano, and then Rick, Mr. Goosemas himself on the guitar. Doing Friend of the Devil. I really want to hear this. I'm interested. Sturgill. I watched the Sturgill show, and let me tell you, that guy knows how to put on a concert, man.
Dude, that
that
guy's
guy is
amazing.
really just something special.
That guy's amazing. Remember when we had his bass player on? It's still the same. Every time I see him play, I always look at that bass player. I'm like, we interviewed that guy. Like, it's still great.
Are we sure it's the same bass player?
I'm pretty sure it
Different
is.
different bass player this time around.
He does?
Yeah, I looked into it.
Oh, you did?
Oh, the one we
Yeah.
had on with O'Teal.
Right. Though
That
Chad.
was with
knew.
O'Teal?
Yeah, he was on the same
Yeah.
night as O'Teal.
I
That
don't
said
remember
fucking
the guy-
situation still fucking perturbs me a little bit. Do you
He was
remember
like,
that?
"Hey, O'Teal, I know you," and O'Teal's like, "Yeah."
No, but it was the way Chad sold it. Like, I was so excited we had O'Teal on. I was like, we're gonna make it a big feature. It's just gonna be us and O'Teal. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna dig in. And Chad's like, no, hear me out. I got a great idea. These guys go way back. He's gonna be so excited to see him. We're gonna have a big surprise and a big reveal. And then, like, I was like, all right, man, fucking let's
Yeah,
whatever.
O'Teal's like, "I don't know this." guy."
Yeah, and then he shows up, and it's just like, who the fuck's this? I mean, he was nice about it, but you could tell he had no idea who he was, and it was fine. But it takes away from, like, I like when we get into not intimate, but like a little bit of a deeper place, like talking to people, and when you have like fucking a billion strangers and the fake surprise and everything, it just takes
Yeah,
just takes it away, man.
I hear you.
Kev's energy is fucking me up tonight. I don't know.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, it's
It's
fine.
not, you didn't
It's not.
drink a lot
Honestly,
today.
this is me. It's not you. It's not your fault. It's just
It's that time of year. It's like
seasonal
it's
depression.
been raining today, and the
Yeah.
wind's been blowing, and you go outside and you can like just feel.
See, I was attributing it to the dead space between, like, with live music and Phish, right? You have like a month and a half where you don't have shit
Right.
going on. But you're right, the
I'm-
light and the weather.
I was gonna go see Pigeons tomorrow night, but
Where are they playing?
the Atlantis in DC.
Oh, yeah. They're a
Um,
fun show. Have you seen them?
yeah, I've seen them a bunch
Yeah.
of times. So Penny got tickets because she works for IMP
Mm-hmm.
because she sells beer at Merriweather, so they give away tickets to events. And
Nice.
yeah, but even if I go out and she gets me in the door, you still spend $100 without blinking.
Yeah.
Just trying to have a couple beers, and to get
How much
there.
are your beers?
What,
How much is a cup?
$50 each?
Well,
Yeah.
there's $16 a piece, plus you got a tip on it. And if Penny's driving me, I gotta buy her drinks.
Yeah.
And she's
Yeah.
buying the ticket, you can't be like, "Oh, thanks for getting
Yeah.
me in the door." You're
You
on
know what
your
you could
own."
do is bring a bladder of tequila in. I'm
Yeah.
not going to be there, so I fully endorse this.
Last time I went to Atlantis, I walked around the corner to the liquor store and got a couple miniatures
Yeah.
and put them in my pocket, and then walked back in since they'd already let me in and X my hand. Anybody watching from there, don't listen to me.
That's how we got through the Bakers, because like a normal run or show, fine. Like, I'm not going to be cheap or whatever. Like, I usually don't drink that much at shows anyway, but I'll grab a beer or two or like a tea or something. But the Bakers, the whole group, we'd fucking fill in the plastic bladders. I don't know what you call them. They're like, It's kind of like the Camelback thing, but like without the backpack and everything. It's just like it's like not fabric, but like the
Mhm.
clear plastic flask.
It's weird when somebody whips it out of their pants though, and are like, "You want a drink?" And you're like,
Well, that's
kinda
not for sharing. That's
warm
not
and-
for sharing.
Yeah,
That's
that's not for sharing. It's like a flask. You can
Yeah.
share flasks. You can't share the bladder.
even pre-COVID. I wasn't giving you my crotch flask. That shit was for me. But I mean, no, you bring in like I do like a Crown or Jack or something. You get like a Coke and you just keep topping it off, and it gets you through the whole night. And you spend like $10 on soda or something. That's
There you go.
see. This is what you do. This show tonight is advice for going to MSG and not breaking the bank.
I might go
That's
to
some fish
28th.
bait. We could do a survive MSG without breaking the bank.
There you go.
I want to do fish bait videos, like 5-10 minute clickbaity, fishy, dead videos.
Okay,
I couldn't think
everything
of
that
any.
you said that we never do.
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
I want to kind of do it as a gag, but then it'll overtake the channel and become what we do, and then we'll be in this existential crisis where we don't know if it's a joke anymore.
Right.
It's gonna be really
It's
heady.
just the meta bit.
Yeah, it's this entire channel is just the meta bit without us knowing how to get off the bit.
Yeah.
I might go up on the 28th. Penny wants to go up. So.
You always go up on the 28th.
Yeah, that's usually my night. I've seen a bunch of. I saw a couple Philly 28 shows. They played USA Arena one year on the 28th.
Oh, I got advice for New Year's. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off
That's
again.
all right.
If you're going up and you're not staying in New York, Mike, the best place to commute in from is Journal Square in Jersey City. Take the
Oh yeah,
path.
for sure.
If you're
Yeah.
going in through NJ Transit or like down the shoreline or anything, it's 10 times longer. Parking's a shit show. Journal Square, you can they have a huge garage. It's indoors, like it's a covered garage, so your vehicle is safe, and it's the path train. Now, granted, on New Year's it's gonna be fucking hectic, but you can beeline it right to MSG. You get put out right next door. That's the way to do it.
For sure.
But things have
Matter of fact-
changed, right?
What do you mean?
The last time I was there, the Stewart was still there.
No, I'm talking about Journal Squares in Jersey City. If you're not staying in New York, if you're staying in New York, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Mike. Well, that's a whole different story, my friend.
BWI is cool. It is
No,
a
it's
quick
cool.
run up to New York. Philly.
I see. Now I'm getting myself all like I should go up to New York. I was like
Like,
100%
actually,
not going up to New York, and I'm like,
Just
Yeah.
park in Journal Square.
yeah, I know how to do it. I just park at Journal Square. I make my
Yeah.
way in. I
I
say hi to
actually went
Llama.
to go. I went to go see an artist in New York City one night from upstate, and I just spent the night in Journal Square. Just slept in my car.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wait, when did you do that?
Oh, fuck, like maybe like back in like 2016, 17.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
In the olden times.
yeah. I think it was the olden days, back when Olivia Tremor Control was still playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I would stay in that garage. I mean, I feel like it's safe to leave my car there.
The security lady kept checking on me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was nice. She was like super cool about it too. There's hostels
cool.
too, but I was like ultra cheap, right?
Oh,
and you-
fuck a hostel, man.
You're not getting a hostel in Manhattan or Brooklyn anymore. No.
Sleep in a car.
The you know what you get? The fucking hipsters give you the hostel experience, but it's like the same shit as getting like a bougie hotel in the village. Like
You ever seen that
you're
movie?
doing it for the experience.
You ever seen that movie Hostel?
Yeah, that shit's scary. I'm not a
I
scary
don't mess
movie
around
guy.
with that. Mm-mm.
Dude, did you guys see this is gonna be a little niche, but Secret Level, the new show on Amazon about like the games and shit?
Mhm.
So I watched the Warhammer one because if you don't know, I've been really into Warhammer ever since, you know, the downtimes or whatever. And that episode was fucking phenomenal. But then we were like, oh, there's a Pac-Man episode. So like the Warhammer's like really fucking grim and brutal and like lots of blood and shit. And so my wife and I are like, we need a palate cleanser. Let's watch the Pac-Man episode. And I shit you not, this was the most fucked up 20 minutes of television I have seen since Saw 1. And it's more fucked up than Saw 1. Saw 1 just fucked my head up because I'd never seen anything like it. It is not like happy-go-lucky Pac. Oh, I'm sorry, spoiler alert, but the Pac-Man episode is like it'll fuck your head up. I wake up in the morning, I'm like, fuck, that was fucked up. You have to see it. It was crazy. That shit was nuts. Whoever created that was brilliant, but also a little bit fucked in the head. Nobody knows what I'm talking about. I went super niche.
This is the one Amazon Prime.
Yeah, Prime.
Yeah.
I do not have that.
I
don't
can't wait
support
to not
Deezer.
have it, but I do. They fucking just charge you for the year out of nowhere, and like so I have it, but I canceled it like a month after they charged me last time because I'm like, fuck it. Although the secret level show is great, and they just announced that they're developing a Warhammer show with Henry Cavill.
You're either with us or you're with the billionaires, man. So
well, that's why that's not why I canceled. I canceled it because I'm broke and it's not a good enough value proposition. But yeah, also fuck those guys. Yeah.
You know what I heard? I heard there's going to be some pretty good sit-ins there at Taper's Choice on the 15th of January for Relix 50.
Mike Gordon?
That's what I've heard. There's rumors flying around about that.
John Mayer?
Yeah.
John Mayer?
Oh, that'd be nice. That'd be nice.
Wait, which show is this?
The Relic Show. The Brooklyn Bowl Relic Show.
What day is that?
Oh, it's Relics? I've been mispronouncing it my entire life.
Yeah. What did you think it was?
I thought it was Relix, man.
Like it's a relic.
Like a relic, dude.
Right.
It started as a newsletter about taping because they were relics.
They were relics. Yeah.
Relics.
That makes much more sense.
I don't mean to laugh at you, but it's just one of those like fun, like.
But
It's
you
like
know
a
how
Kev-
like you see a word and you just mispronounce it in your head and you don't think about it?
It's like a Kev pronunciation of something.
Exactly.
Where you're like, wait, what was that?
Relics.
That's really fucking funny.
Relics
wait, so
is
when is
big.
that? When is the Brooklyn Bowl show?
January 15th.
Oh, I know you guys have been talking about it, and I try really, really hard to focus.
Does that open the tour?
That opens the tour.
Yep.
First
When's the
night.
Philly show? When's the Philly show?
The 17th. It's the third show. It's the 17th. It's a
Wow.
4-night run. It's Brooklyn Bowl, then like Northern New York, then Philly, then DC.
T, are you coming out?
I
Maybe.
am.
TBD.
I talked to Alex last night about working the shows and stuff, so we'll see. If that's a
Yes.
go, then yes. So
Yeah. Oh, and the 17th is the Friday. That's fucking perfect.
There you go.
yeah. So if I do, I'll probably be crashing at your house for the Philly show, and then somehow getting to DC. And
I'm putting
Yeah,
it in my calendar, my professional calendar, so that way I don't miss it.
There you
It
go.
is happening.
And then Llama's coming out to LA for the LA and Albany Berkeley show. And then I'm going to Denver for the Denver Boulder show. So I'm trying to do the whole
Nice.
run. Should be fun.
If you do the DC, you can stay here.
Yeah, I'm
I don't
planning.
live
That's what I was
exactly
thinking.
in DC, but I got a pallet on the floor for you.
Wait, so
you go.
what? T, sell me on this. What perks, what bonuses, what benefits do I get from riding in with the marketing, videography, merch guru?
Merch slinger. I don't
Yeah.
know, man. Maybe I'll get you a shirt.
Done. Dope. Wait, so what's the venue in Philly? What venue are they? I feel such a dick because I know you guys have said this shit and I should know this shit.
Yeah.
But I'm just gonna be honest instead of pretending like I know and then I don't know and it's awkward. I'm just gonna admit that I have no idea. I'm gonna ask you. So what's the venue in Philly? Do you know?
I'm looking.
I'd
I
have to
can't
look
remember
at
what
that,
it is. You'll know probably.
What is the
What is the Taper's Choice venue in Philly?
and what's
it
the one
is
in
the-
DC? The
it's called-
Hamilton?
It's called Milk Boy.
Milk Boy.
Oh, I love that venue.
Tiny.
It's not as
Tiny.
cool. I mean, Kung Fu Necktie was probably the coolest venue of the last tour. Like that place, other than like Nectar's,
Or at least
obviously,
the name.
barn. But I mean, the place was dope. And then I don't know, Kev, what's Pearl Street Warehouse in DC?
Oh, Pearl Street. You'll be able to watch it for free on the video stream. They live video stream everything from Pearl Stream on their YouTube channel. It's
Oh,
right around the
sweet.
corner from the Anthem. I've seen Karina there.
Nice.
I saw Karina at
Um,
Milk Boy. They're doing the Karina tour.
Very cool. Very cool.
It's like 200 people is what it holds, maybe. Right? It's a strange setup. A riser, dance floor, band, and then like a good half of the bar is a whole section away from the band. So
Okay.
if you're like standing by the door at the bar, you really can't see the band. You have to physically walk over to that other part.
Yeah.
Nice.
Gee, you could definitely crash in my abode, my humble abode. With
Are you going to give him something better than the floor?
Fuck yeah!
I got a pallet on the floor, man.
I gotta get.
Pallet.
I made Kev sleep in the basement, but I feel like January. That's in the summer. The basement's nice because it's the coldest in the house.
Oh,
It's
it
like
was
a
cold as
crisp-
shit in the fucking basement in the summer. Let
Right,
me
but in the
tell you.
summer it's nice though. Like you got like a nice crisp 68, but in the winter, no, you can't be down there.
Yeah,
You go up in the
crisp.
guest room.
Crisp.
Crisp. I had to put on shoes to go to take a piss because the floor was so cold.
This is
And
true.
Kev doesn't wear shoes.
Slippers.
Yeah.
So, Kev, you have a bed that you don't use. So
Huh?
you're going to sleep on the couch and you're still going to make T sleep on the floor or on a pallet on the floor.
Well,
which
Right.
doesn't
no,
sound comfortable.
actually, there's a whole nother bedroom upstairs because my one kid's gone. I forget about that.
It's the whole.
And no, I do not have. I do not have a bed upstairs. There's no bed. I have a couch that I sleep on. I do not. I'm like Mulder. If you've ever watched the X-Files, one of the weird things is his apartment has no bed.
So even in your bedroom, what's in your bedroom?
Stocked with boxes of CDs and tapes and
What?
magazines and
I do not judge, but I am confused as to how you are not in constant fucking pain.
I know
If I
you're
sleep-
back.
Yeah,
Um,
like I would be in so much pain if I slept on the couch every night.
dude, I've had that couch for 14 years. It like just
molded to
fits
you,
me.
man.
It is. That's what I
Yeah.
said last time. It's like his Homer Simpson ass-like thing. It fits him perfectly.
I pissed
Perfectly.
Christina off, and like she doesn't even send me the couch. I'd send myself because I'm like, I'm not going in there. And I'll sleep on the couch, and the next morning I'm like, I am never gonna be a bad husband again because that was fucking horrible. And meanwhile, Kev's like, I choose this
He's
lifestyle.
like, I love the
I
couch,
love the
man.
couch.
Love it. It's kind of that whole, yeah. I mean, I'll sleep wherever. I don't care, Kev. It's the whole like the pool, the pond. The pond would be good for you. I'll take the pond. It's fine. I'm good.
Right.
Good wherever. But yeah, I'm
A
excited.
couple
I think it'll be fun.
couches, sleep on the love seat.
Exactly. Wherever. Lom, I think my next show is my 20th show too, so I'm excited. I wanted to make sure it was
of Tabor's
Brooklyn Bowl.
Choice.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really funny.
Wow.
I know, right?
That's a lot of show. I mean, you know, every people I see Phish 200
What's up,
times
Brian?
or whatever, but when you think of other bands, you know,
I know.
I might
I
have seen
know.
the Disco Biscuits 20 times, and I saw them first in like '97.
Right. I've only been
Yeah.
seeing Tabor's Choice for like 3 years, 4 years, something like that.
How
not
many
even, and they don't
bands?
tour a lot.
How many bands have you seen 20 or more times?
Mm.
Well, I know there's a lot of like the local, like the jam scene, like Solar Circus, Living Earth, all those bands. Every time they came through, we'd see. So there
Right.
was a time when I'd seen a lot of them, but
Yeah, I think Kev's probably had a dozen, if I had to guess. Like Fish, Dead,
Right.
Disco Biscuits,
Radiators.
Radiators, and then like
Right.
miscellaneous, like Two Bob Crew or something.
String
Right.
Cheese,
String cheese.
Disco Biscuits, sure. Leftover, I was big into Leftover for a while.
Pigeons playing ping pong.
No, I don't think he's seen them 20 times. I think that he's probably seen them. Like
He's getting
6 or 7
close.
times.
He's getting close.
I got
Well, would you
Mo
count
is
something like? Would you count Trey Band as being separate from Fish?
Yeah.
if you do,
Yeah.
that would count for me. Yeah. But I don't
Yeah.
know. But can you count like Tab with horns, Tab
I know. Are
trio?
each separate? Is
Like, are
each
they separate or is that all just the Trey adjacent?
I would say
pod?
Trey Anastasio because
Right. Like Trey Acoustic, Trey
Yeah.
Original Tab, all those kind of fall under one, I think. And then Fish on its
Fuck
own.
yeah, I'm on the Eggy train. I can't believe how big they're getting, though. I mean, I can believe it, but it's like We interviewed their bass player. It was fun.
Yeah.
Who did I run into at Mondegram? I ran into somebody with Eggy. No, it was Was it Houseplant or was it Eggy?
How we interviewed Houseplant too.
It was one of the bands we interviewed. It was like their marketing guy or like manager or publicist or something. And he was just like, yeah, man, that little interview you guys did was like the best shit they'd ever done. It was just so much fun. And I was like a little spun, so I didn't fully understand what he was saying, but it was very complimentary. And like, they're basically saying like, you should do more of those types of shows with these younger bands.
Dude, all those ones we did, like Lady Couch, Houseplant.
Oh God, Lady Couch was brutal.
Lady Couch was almost the end of the channel.
That was so brutal. Open the show. I don't know. Did I ask her how to pronounce her name or did I just say it wrong?
Well, no, you started to say it and then you like stopped and I was like, go ahead.
And then that just set Fammer off.
And I got it in hindsight, and in all fairness, he wasn't entirely wrong. I'll give him credit. I should have known how to say the fucking name. Do you get that bent out of shape on a mistake? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe chill. But he was not wrong. Like I fucked that up.
I
But
think
I don't
it
know,
was.
man. We at that point we were interviewing like 5 different people a week, and it was just like fucking chaos, and it was so stressful. And I just showed up, and I was reading notes, and I literally, as I was reading the name, I realized I didn't know how to pronounce it, and I was like, "Fuck!"
That
You had a
interview was
relix
great
moment.
because they like cycled through the whole band.
Yeah.
Like one of them would get up and they bring somebody else
That
from the
was
band
cool.
on, and
That
They
gave
were
you like an
fun.
inside vibe to like a young touring band though. That's like hitting the road and doing the studio and shit. You know what pissed me off about that? Hold on, I gotta get this off my chest. This is a good therapy
Oh, boy.
session.
Okay.
Kev fucks up every name of every guest for like 3 years, and nobody gives him shit. Not even like mispronouncing it, literally calling people the wrong name, like flat out, just no excuse, no association, just wrong name, and everybody's like, it's Kev. One time, I mispronounced the name, and it almost ended the channel. It was the biggest.
But here's the
ever.
thing: it was that one time was the tip of the iceberg, like the breaking
It was the
point.
needle on
Right,
the haystack.
Right. It was the breaking point of a lot of other things for him. So it wasn't necessarily just that. Whereas like when Kev does it, it's just kind of like,
But Kev does get
Yeah.
away with lots of shit though.
Well, that's because
We
if you
love
got
him.
mad about every time Kev fucked up, mad
Right.
all the time.
right. Then the one time
I
that he
love
did
it when he
finally do it.
fucks
And
up. It makes the show that much more entertaining.
I've been thinking of adopting like some English pronunciations, like garage instead of garage, and paprika
Garage.
instead of paprika.
My
uh-huh.
mother-in-law
Paprika.
does that. Fucking, she's calling the Amish the Amish. She said
The Amish.
instead of Quantico, she said Quantico. Like she just comes up with like random shit. And like it's funny because I think she's not what is it when older people get like
Dementia.
yeah, she's not lost any of her faculties at all, but it feels like she's trolling, right? Like she makes it sound like she's like kind of the crazy old lady, and then you like look at her and then she starts laughing. You're like, is it
He's like,
Keisha?
"Aha."
That's what it was. It was Keisha. And I think I said Kesha or something. Keshia.
I don't remember, man. It was like a syllable you were off on. It wasn't
Senile,
even
yeah.
that much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
you
I
know.
fucked up, man. I own it. I'm a big enough dude to own my mistakes. I fucked up.
Yeah, you
I've
did.
repented. I've done my time.
I think that he was more upset than she was because I've talked to them since then, and she said to me, "No one gets my name right."
Right. Actually, I don't know. I should, but I'm not. No.
What's your question?
What's your Noogie?
Rush rules?
Next year, I'm going to do a deep dive. on how
Anyone
many
else
shows.
ever do metal shows? Any of you guys do metal shows? I
Oh.
saw Dimebag Darrell's band after
That's-
Pantera.
Oh, nice.
That's fun. I
Damn
did
it.
I've seen
7 does.
Anthrax. I saw Anthrax and Public Enemy when they toured together with Primus opening. Talk about a weird fucking bill.
Is
I've seen
Primus
AC/DC
considered
a
metal?
bunch.
Metal?
Huh? Yeah, I guess. I mean, for metal, for me, I've seen AC/DC. I've seen, Kicks. if you would count them as metal. Judas Priest, Iron Maiden. Like back in the 80s, I saw all those bands when they came through.
I had a funny story. My brother-in-law lives in Brooklyn, but when he was much younger, before he's married and everything, he used to go see the Warehouse punk shows. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the punk scene in Brooklyn, but it's like not like the commercial punk bands. They're like really fucking hardcore, and apparently the whole place is a mosh pit. And I was a dumb, stupid young hippie. This was before I had kids, and I didn't know what I was getting myself into. And he's like, "Hey man, you want to go to a show?" And I was like, "Yeah, I love music. I'll try something new." So I walked into the Warehouse with them. Meanwhile, I'm sitting there with my cargo shorts and Birkenstocks, very ill prepared for a Brooklyn mosh pit. And then the band comes out, and instantly, like flipping a switch, everybody just starts moshing into each other. I lost 2 toenails, broke a toe, and got all bloodied up. Yeah, dude, because we're all wearing like fucking what's the boots? The Doc Martens and shit, and I'm in fucking Birkenstocks, and I was right in the fucking middle, and
Brutal.
he got me. It was funny, but like also kind of a douche move for not giving me a warning. He brought me to the middle. The show started, and I was ill prepared. Fucked me up. But
You did not realize that that's what was going to happen at a punk show in a warehouse?
No, I'm an idiot.
What
I
part of
wish I
young
could
do you
tell
not
you, but no.
understand, right?
Yeah, or think that you would be down in the pit or anything like that. Like you could
But he
still.
didn't like spell it out like, "Oh, we're going to." He was like, "Oh, like," because we were visiting him in Brooklyn,
And like the band, when Tim's walking up, it's like Lethal Death. And he's like, "Oh, cool."
He's like, "Oh, great."
yeah, I got fucked up.
Oh, like, oh, this is
I
gonna
saw
go.
Slayer once, but I was working the show. Got yelled at by their bass player because his bass was out of tune.
How's that your fault?
That's what I said. I was like, dude, they pay me minimum wage to push cabinets onto the stage. I have no idea what's going on with your bass.
Right, like, I don't
Bass
do
players
that
out of
shit.
tune. Tell it straight up, right? Jeez.
What's your
Yeah.
second place band after, or what's your first and second number of times seen?
Oh, I've seen the Rads like more than 300 times.
Wow.
And I'm probably, if you just do Phish, at like close to 125, something like
Yeah.
that.
I didn't ask for your count, by the way. I just wanted the band, but thank you for flopping the big ass show.
You know, I've probably seen Neil Young.
Conversation.
I've probably seen Neil Young more than 20 times.
Well, you're what, 170? So I'm on pace to catch up with you.
Right. Neil
fine.
Young used to tour every year, though. You could catch him at Merriweather. One year it was like Trans.
Wait,
then
I
it was
do
the
want to
Blue
know what
Notes,
Llama and T have seen too, though.
The most?
Yeah. Vampire Weekend?
No, Band of Horses, actually.
Oh, I would not have guessed that.
Yeah, just because they toured the South a lot, right? And that's where I went to college. So
Oh,
Yeah.
I
Tennessee,
just saw them a
right?
lot of times. Yeah.
That wasn't that far
Phish,
from me.
The Dead.
Which
and
one
then
was
it's gotta
one?
be-
Phish was one, Dead was two.
Yeah. Now
I'd say
Phish
Fish
is
is
over.
2 for me.
Yeah, Phish is overtaking everything because it's like 115
It's
now
the
or
only thing
something.
going on.
This Prince Caspian, I am with you. No, I'm not, but that's fucking respectable.
Ooh.
And then after that, it's got to be probably like Taper's Choice now at 20. I mean, they got to be
Nice.
probably in third. And then after that, probably, like Panic and Blues Traveler back in the day a bunch of times because you see them every year at Red Rocks and stuff like that for sure.
How many
And then
Panic shows have you seen?
a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've seen
a lot.
one.
I like them, but I
Seen a
don't
lot.
like them as much as anyone that likes them likes them.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I'm not
Like
I'm not
I
a
enjoy
huge-
them, but
yeah.
I'm definitely not like a Panic fan. Like,
But I enjoy going because, like, again, it would always be at Red Rocks or out here, like at the Wiltern or like something. So it's like worth going. It's a fun show. And then after that, it's got to be probably the Killers of modern day music. Like I've seen the Killers at least 10 times, probably. So
Man, they're on my bucket list. I want to see them.
they're
Panic
such a
is like
great show. They're like, I mean, it's very. It used to be,
What's the hit song called?
It's become so much more
From the
like
Killers?
hit. You know what I mean? Like now it's so much more regiment. Like it used to be like such a fun, and now it's like they really put on the show. Like it's very much like stage. Like here's what we're doing. We're gonna fucking. It's still awesome. but
who are you talking
changed.
about?
The
The
Killers.
Killers.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm fucking zoned out.
Mr. Brightside, Kevin.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I heard that song today. And my kid was listening to it, and I was like, "Oh, what's
a good
that
song.
song? That's catchy." And she was like, "Oh, it's this band, The Killers." So
It's
that's
very
weird
catchy.
that you mentioned
They
that.
have a few catchy tunes. That's what's fun
They
about
do.
them. Is like
Yeah.
it's a fun.
It was not offensive. It was.
I love
not
that song they do with Lou Reed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen
Tranquilize.
Goose 3 times, I think. I saw Goose once with Tim. Me
Yeah,
and
you
Tim got
did.
our Goose one.
Yeah, we did. Wait, was that
Hey.
in Philly or in Reading? That was
That was,
Reading.
that was Reading. That was with
Speaking of bands
Craig,
we've interviewed,
Yeah,
Right, yeah,
we've
he had-
interviewed members of Goose too. I think Goose. I see Goose is just like Panic for me. I like Goose as long as I'm not talking to Goose fans, and that's if you're a Goose fan, like that's fine. I'm not judging you. Be a fucking Goose fan, but like. It's just like they're one of the bands that I don't like as much as their insane fan base, and I come from a very insane fan base. So, like,
Well,
again,
I
not
tell you what,
judging, but
man, this Goosemas thing, right?
yeah,
And which
in
starts, I guess,
Charleston, right?
tomorrow down at Hampton. I find this completely fascinating. How
I
much?
thought it was done in Charleston this year.
yeah, I thought it was in Charleston.
Oh, is it?
I thought Hampton was last year or something. Wasn't it?
Okay.
It
I
was.
don't
Or maybe
know.
they're doing a
That's how
little
much I'm paying
tour.
attention.
I mean, you might be right. I'm not fully.
But yeah, it's like
Yeah,
Goose
right.
does the Jam of the Year thing, and we saw something interesting today about Disco Biscuits is now doing Jam of the Year.
But
So,
they're encouraging it. Like they're the ones setting it up. I feel like with Goose, it's more of like kind of like the bracket thing that we do or that Tim does or whatever, where it's kind of
So you got a frog in your
somebody
butt
was
now.
trying to no, somebody tried to do a Goose bracket thing on Blue Sky, and they were like answering the comments, and I was like, that's going to be a shit show.
yeah. You
That's
can't do
why I
that.
can't do that shit anymore. It's jumped the shark. Once Ryan started hacking up all that shit, it was like, I don't want to fucking do that shit anymore. Fucking takes the fun out of everything. Oh,
And
well.
now you
I
can't
probably
do it
will.
anyway
Cummins.
because they don't have polls on
No, you
Blue
don't.
Sky.
I can do it. Should I tell people and then if somebody steals it, I get credit anyway? You don't fucking do answer in the comments. That's bullshit. See, I'm gonna do this, and then I guarantee you he's going to do
Oh,
this.
I know
Same
what
in
you're going to
texting.
say.
You do heart for one, repost for the other, and that encourages engagement and gives you a count. That's what we're gonna do.
That's what we're gonna do.
That's what I guarantee you that motherfucker's gonna do the same exact thing like 2 months later. And people are like, "Oh, this is such a brilliant goose idea."
That goose bracket goes on for months. It's probably going to start like January 6th when Carnival starts or something.
Started a month after the
Run
Phish
through
bracket.
March. Well, they try to give everybody a chance to listen to each 20, 30-minute.
Listen, I'm gonna say something that I shouldn't say. I should be all PC and like kumbaya and all that shit. I also should fuck you. Listen, I should be modest about this, but none of these guys do brackets nearly as good as I do the fucking brackets. And that is just the motherfucking truth. The artwork is better, the matchups are better, the engagement is better, and the fucking results are better. And everybody else tries to do it. And they can't fucking replicate it. Now, can you put the fuck everybody back on here?
I will say this: the artwork is definitely better. Like you spend so much time doing it, it's like a piece of art. It's so dope, and then that encourages more interaction because you put so much time into just that. It's not just some.
I'm gonna hear about this tomorrow.
Phish
People are gonna
bracket-
fucking pass
right.
this around, and I'm gonna get all this bullshit about
The
it.
Phish bracket though this year was going to be fantastic because so many of the top names are off. I think it's like wide open this time. Like Antelope is definitely a contender, you know.
Yeah, Lope's a fucking top contender. Well, who else is left? I mean,
Divided Sky, Antelope,
Lizards is now
Jen?
in conversation.
Yeah, you're starting to get down to that.
Mike's didn't win. Mike's
No,
playing.
Mike's
yeah,
never
it's still
won.
there. You're
The
starting
problem
to get
with
into
Mike's
that.
is it's attached to the groove in people's minds. So it's like
Yeah.
splitting up Scarlet Fire kind of thing.
You're getting into that next tier of like great songs where it's wide open again. Like we've kind of gotten rid of this one's going to win this year. This one's going to win this year. This one's going to win this year. Now you're back into that giant grouping of like, oh, well, there's like five
It's
songs.
open again. We don't know. It could be anything.
Right. Exactly.
Oh, see, I was kind of over it, but now, like talking about it, I think I'm getting fired up again because it is going to be a good year. We just got to figure out how to execute it. I mean, Blue Sky's the way to go. That's where all the Phish tribe has shown up.
maybe by February they'll have poles installed.
Yeah.
Maybe what we need to do is do a bracket sport live again.
We should get Chad back for those, man.
Can you
Fucking
do
rock
polls?
those.
Can you do polls in YouTube?
That was the craziest thing. Like to do that every day. Like by the like by the time we got in the quarters or like whatever, he was so burnt out. He's just like, oh fuck, I got it.
I feel so bad because he messaged or commented on something on Blue Sky, and it was really heartfelt and sentimental. And I saw it. I was like, oh, I want to give like a really thought out response to this. So I can't do it right now because I was like, whatever, on the run. So I like closed the app, and like 2 days went by, and I was like, well, now I can't respond. It's fucking awkward. So I just kind of ghosted him, and I feel bad because I was like a really nice thing he said, but like
You should still respond. It's never
like
too
a
late.
week later, just be
Dude,
like, hey man.
Skoy does that all the time. Like Skoy will respond to some shit like you posted a
You
year
get
ago.
12 likes all at once.
And then
Squirrel
just
like
be like,
everything.
oh yeah, hey, by the way, this is great. You're like, what are you talking about? And then you go back and read the original. You're like, oh my god, dude,
In a
this is from,
private
like,
thread or message
April.
or text, he continues the conversation from 8 months ago, and you're
it
like, "What
totally
the
does.
fuck?"
It's so funny.
But I also respect the shit out of that. Like,
Oh yeah, because at least he goes back and sees it or whatever, or remembers that he was going to do it and then does
Yeah.
it. So
yeah.
no, I'm not dissing him.
yeah,
It's just
yeah.
funny because he does do that.
The reason we
Noogie, I
got to
did
bring
see-
what
Yeah, I
was
was
that?
gonna respond to Noogie. I did see our Avs, dude. I like the trade. I like what's happening. I saw us pummel the Penguins last night, and that just reinforces the fact that Sidney Crosby's coming to the Avs at some point to win a cup with McKinnon.
What?
That's all
That
I'm
would
gonna
be
say.
crazy.
You're speaking. What are you talking about?
Hockey. They got hockey on Disney Plus now, which is very exciting for me.
Weird.
I love it because I got to pay for that shit anyway for the girls. So now,
By the way, Tim, did you watch the Monday Night Football game that was Simpsonized the other night on Disney Plus?
no, I saw parts of it. I didn't watch the whole thing.
Yeah,
That's
so did
pretty
I.
cool
Kind of.
looking.
It was fun. It was
Yeah.
different. It was kind of hit or miss.
Terrible
I liked
matchup, but
I liked that the one like Mina Kimes, who was one of the announcers in the booth, well, you could tell she was a Simpsons fan because she would throw out really cool references and things that like only if you watched it you would get kind of stuff, which made it more fun to have somebody like the other two people weren't really, they were kind of more playing it straight, so to speak, like announcing, but she would like throw in Simpsons lines. You're like, that's kind of funny. So
I wanted to show this real quick, just a shout out to Chad. This is the very first video we did was Data Dive 4 years ago. And we were kind of like figuring our shit out. And then all of a sudden, Chad was just like, look at these. Boom, 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 boom. It's like for like
Vegas
several
96.
months, it was just fucking Chad every day holding down the. And
What kind of like views did they get?
like 60 or 70 or 80. I mean, it
Like
Like
was
all under 100, but like
yeah, they're all under
consistently the
100,
same.
but it was we were building it up, and I had this running thing with him where he would just send me the video and no thumbnail, and I would try to pick the most ridiculous, like
Look at that one.
unflattering-
That one's great next to the 1 minute fish tree, his face.
Yeah. I would just try to pull the most fucked up, funniest thumbnails.
Look at the mask.
See, I see that wood wall or whatever, and it has like a weird, deep, like nostalgic, like callback, right?
His whole
Like
setup.
the
The mic.
70s are calling back to you.
Yeah, but I remember those long Zoom
Yeah.
calls we used to do even before we
That's
broadcast.
funny though. It went from the Sweet 16 to a Final Four, and then that was it. It was like at 16 is when he ran out of gas. He
He
didn't,
ran out of gas. He got
He was
92
struggling
views.
by the end. He
He
was
got
like,
92
"Why did I agree to
views.
do
I'm like
this?"
that last one had 92, so he gained 30 views by the end.
And
There
then
you
and
go.
then LST fucking came in with the big 372.
Yep.
Holy
old
shit! Did you guys know
LST.
the hot dog video got over 1,000?
Yeah,
that.
because somebody retweeted it. Like
Oh, yeah.
it was
yeah,
in
yeah.
Jambase.
that's
Oh yeah, that was it.
Remember,
yeah.
Jambase did an article.
Oh
on it.
shit! We passed the hour.
That's why
We
they were
are
asking
past
if
the
this was the
hour.
one
That's
I
why they were
wanted.
making
had a
these long
producer.
episode jokes.
Oh, I wasn't looking at the chat. I mean, you guys want to keep talking, or you want to get out, or what do you want to do?
I got nowhere to be.
Let me check my messages. Make sure I'm not sleeping on my uncomfortable ass couch.
Next week, I guess
No,
is
I'm
the
good.
Christmas show, right?
The Christmas party. So the premise, we'll work this out. We'll plan live so people know what the fuck we're talking about. But the premise of this was like doing an office party in the form of a show. So like wear your ugly sweaters, bring your eggnog, you know, don't fuck up in front of HR, and like we'll just have a loose, fun episode, and then we'll be off the following week because it's Christmas, and I'm not doing that shit.
And then the week after,
And then the week after is the YEMSG run. We'll be doing the recaps, and then Live proper will return on the 8th. And actually, yeah,
No, February.
and then actually the 15th we could do a lot for Taper's Choice potentially, but
That's right.
yeah.
Because I need to
Especially if
find
that
out.
gets streamed.
Thanks,
Yeah, I
Jason.
know. That's
You
what I was
take
gonna say.
that
It'd be
too.
sweet if that thing's being streamed through Nugs or something, since it's a Nug sponsored event with Relics, I think. So we'll see.
Oh,
What?
We shall see.
That means we can't film it.
Well, we can still film it. I just don't know if we can stream it. That's what I'm trying to find out.
Good
So we'll
idea,
see.
bad idea. Do you guys want to? I kind of really want to watch LST. I haven't seen it in years.
Oh, run the LST.
All right. Well, you got to vamp for a little bit because I just lost it. I had it up, but it was the ad. We made an ad for LST.
I got the call today from my mom.
What call was that?
What are we going to do for Christmas? I'm like, we're going to do the same thing we do every year. We're going to come to your house and eat dinner. I was like, what do you mean? We don't need to panic. I was like, their kids are old. It's over, you know? It's not over, but when your kids are little, it's an old event. It's, you know, this is the greatest thing ever. So anyway, I was like, we're going to do whatever you want, Mom.
I love that. I love your guys' relationship. That's awesome. All right. Tell me if you can hear this when I play.
Yep.
Tiger, llama, sloth.
Friends, oh my friends, are we ready?
On the count of one. One.
This is one of those things that's very much for us right now.
Still,
I had the apple as my Facebook profile picture
Keith
forever.
Moon.
Don't get your knickers in a knot.
What are you doing up here?
I enjoy the view.
Because you can see for miles and miles.
Bloody idiot.
Holy shit, he's an apple.
Why did you do that?
I ate shitty jokes.
Oh.
Get it? He was a
What's your
moon.
favorite joke?
Pete Solo Records.
Did his love not open your door?
Bloody fool.
Dude, what the fuck? Those
My
are my
favorite is the
dudes.
animation when
Well,
the
you'll
apple
meet some morons, chap.
Change them back.
Want to save them?
Yes.
Drum off.
Save us.
Do it.
What do I have to do?
Beat me in a drum off.
Oh. And if I lose?
Apples away. I'll go first.
I love Chad's British accent.
That boy could play the drums.
the sloth just comes slowly into screen.
All right, Sloth, you're
Here
up.
goes it.
What the hell?
I'm a fucking sloth. I'm not
Jason's
fast
desperately
like
trying
a
to get
tortoise.
back into the.
What
No,
happened?
fast like a
Gnomes
tortoise.
mean magic, man.
Stop. M's are spooky.
M's?
Yeah, man, they look angry.
My mother makes me munch M&Ms.
My mother makes me munch M&Ms. My mother makes me munch M&Ms.
Ah, Turbo Slam.
Dude, it's our treat.
Nap time.
So hungry.
Epic. Epic.
Well, there we go.
Epic.
I mean,
Oh.
that was the good old days.
Yeah.
That was a lot of work for that 2 minutes.
That's
We,
There's
we had to like get together and do the reading and
Hmm.
Oh,
Actually,
that was a
we-
lot of work for the fucking reading. Llama wrote a script. You guys recorded it in like 20 minutes. And then Chad and I spent like 70 hours writing and doing animation and fucking making it. It's crazy.
that's why
And then Llama's like, that was awesome. Let's do another one. And I was like, I don't know.
well, the next one was underwater. Remember, there was
yeah, the
what-
Octopus's Garden or something.
the octopus
Yeah.
or something. Right.
Yep.
That is
Never
on
happened.
YouTube, Noogie. So this is what I'm thinking. I wanted to watch that to get inspired, to get a little touch of it. 2025, right? I know we're not on New Year's yet, but we're not doing a live. This is the last live of the year, right? Because we have the Christmas party next year.
Basically,
Mhm.
yep.
So the resolution time. Let's bring a little bit of weird back. Let's bring a little bit of bits back. I don't want to go full blown like, oh, we got to do fucking 20 cold openings every week and stressed out and like, but like as we get good ideas, and also I don't want to just limit it to the four of us. If people, if you know, the viewers, the members have thoughts or funny ideas or whatever, throw it in the Discord, throw it in the comments. Of course, we'll develop it. But like, I want to get back to like doing a little bit of the eccentric, crazy shit and the bits and fucking just being us. And I don't give a
bits
fuck
were
if it gets.
great.
Yeah, I don't care if it's 300 views or 3,000 or whatever. Like, it was fun and it's silly.
It was
think we
it was
should do
cool to
that
have the fake commercials were always fun in the middle of an episode as like a break. You
Those
But
know?
are
we don't
fun.
have to force it. That's the other side of it, though. We got to the point where it was like we have to have
Right.
4 bits every show, and then
Right.
it was great for weeks and weeks and weeks in a row. But then we were like forcing, and that's where it got. If we have it, we have it. If we don't, then we'll just fucking talk about whatever. It's fine.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing but a thing.
I still have the green screen hanging out.
Yes. The green screens. Heads in space.
Heads in space. Could bring back Hogan's slogans.
Slogans. I always miss those.
There hasn't been there you go. There hasn't been a slogan in a while.
I know.
What
You should
about
try to
Llama's lessons?
do one at the end of the year.
I like
Can we
Llama's
get a Llama
limericks
lesson? What's up?
or limericks with Llama. Llama's lessons. was
Limerick,
really
yes.
good.
Give us a St. Patty's Day's coming up.
Can
Mark
you
it
do
down.
a llama's lessons on how to write limericks? A limerick llama
There you
lesson?
go.
That would be meta. That would be funny.
Dude,
We should
llama,
do
the
a
llama, the llama lounge.
With the
See,
mugs. Where's the mugs?
Llama's Lounge lost. I can't keep doing the alliteration. But the brilliance of all the llama bits was the simplicity of like a very simple concept.
Right.
Llama's Lounge started as a simple concept, but we like overbaked it, I thought, right? Like we made it too. It was very nice when it was just like limericks or lessons, or it was just like a very same. Well, and it's not just llamas things, like the fucking Kev's thing. What was that? The slogans. It was very just like a simple boom hit idea. I think
Mhm.
Llama's Lounge, if we do that again, we got to unbake it a little bit, make it simple again, where it's just a quick, a quick hitter. It's really dark when I brought the green screen down. I don't like it. No, don't
is
reach
your
out to
backlit.
Llama. All of us, my friends.
You have to be front lit, not backlit.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning.
All right, I guess we can
All
call
right.
it there. This is one of those shows where I was like, we don't have shit to talk about. We don't have a set list. Kev's taking a nap. We don't have a producer. T and I were like, yeah, we'll do like a 20-minute show. And now we're fucking an hour and 15
And then it
minutes.
goes long. See that?
Yeah.
That's what happens.
I was contractually obligated to be here an hour, so
Right.
Right.
The Kev crew demands an hour of Kev. There would be a mutiny if we didn't have it. I love that Mike and Dave are on the Discord all the time. I think that is awesome. I'm going to try to be on there more as well.
You should be.
I always
You could be
forget,
big
and then
on
I'm like,
Discord.
oh,
You
yeah,
could
the
be
It could be
Discord.
huge.
First off, like sometimes people don't have names as usernames, so it's like, you know, like their YouTube name and their Discord name doesn't match. So you're like, I don't
No,
know.
Right.
no.
Blue Sky
Dave puts his
name.
name in parentheses though. Mike is Mike on both, and Dave is Lazy Lightning. But he actually says Dave,
Right.
like in like
Oh. I don't know how to pronounce Relix, man. Come on, give me a break.
Relix.
favorite fish cover around the horn. See Mike egging us on. He's like, I don't want this shit to end. Let's keep going. I'm gonna go first because I don't want you guys to take my shit. I'm gonna go with no quarter. I want to say cross-eyed because I think pound for pound it's my favorite, maybe, but it's overdone and no quarter just hits the special oomph spot for me. Kev, why don't you take it? We'll go that way around the horn.
Circus comes to town.
Oh yeah, I knew that one.
It's a good one.
Kev always says that. That's his favorite.
Yamar, that's just a fun song.
Oh,
Like
that's
you
a good
kind of forget
song.
it's a cover.
We're
right?
going
Yeah.
way down south. Way down.
You guys are going for like the heavy hitters that you forget. Yeah. I like it.
And what you got, T?
Oh, sweet nothing.
Oh, sweet nothing.
That's
Good one.
fun. That's fun.
Nelly Kane's up there.
Nelly Kane's up
Nelly
there.
Kane. People like
Roses.
Nelly Kane.
I like
Oh, yeah. What
Roses.
about the Neil Young minute, Tim?
Do you want to do the Neil Young minute?
Go ahead.
Yep.
Oh, you want me to do it?
Yeah, you said you had
I thought
something.
you were gonna do it. I was gonna cut you off. It's gonna be a bit. We're gonna do that thing where
I thought you had something.
All right. Suggestion box. Dave, what do you have? There is a Neil Young fireplace. Is that what it was? I don't know. That was the thing.
Fireside. It's
Fireside. No, it's a fireplace.
fireplace.
Firefly.
Firefly?
I thought
I
it was
didn't-
fireside, like a fireside chat.
We should. Oh, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, it's
we
Fireside
should.
Sessions, which he did in 2020, and he's
All right.
redoing it now for this year.
Nice.
Go on.
And that's your Neil Young minute.
There you go. Professional fucking show. Seriously, we should think of bits for the Christmas party. Yeah. Like,
Christmas
subscribe, let
party?
us know in the comments what you want the Christmas party bit to be. And we'll see you next week. I'm sorry, Kevin. Did you want to say something?
I was gonna say, if you're a member, there's a
I'm sorry.
That's Tim's favorite bit.
If you want to call in, the number is.
remember there's a great version of Christmas in Las Vegas in the members only section.
I'm surprised we didn't get busted for that.
Oh, we
It was
got
so-
busted. We're
Oh, did we?
busted for it, but I turned off ad revenue for it, but I put it up. I never even turned on.
We should bring back the. I feel like I could go for a while.
Good.
Thanks, guys. That was fun.
Roach, MC Roach.
MC Roach.